Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys awesome interviews. And today it is an honor and privilege to have Mr. Ryan Patrick back on the show. He is the guitarist and vocalist of the band Otherwise, and they have their third full-length album getting ready to come out called Sleeping Lines, scheduled to be released September 22nd. And I don't doubt that this will be a kick-ass album as always from these guys. So Ryan, how's it going?
Oh, man, what's up, John? Everything is going really well right now. Just hanging back in Las Vegas. Got my dogs, my family, and it's all good.
Glad to have you back on the show, man. This is awesome. Second time being back, so kind of feel like it's a family thing going on with all these guys coming back.
Yeah, man.
So
we love it. Thank you for having us.
What's impressed you the most about making the new album, Sleeping Lines? What's caught your eye about it the most?
Well, I guess I would probably say working with Brian Medeiros and Tony Carboni. The new lineup really evoked a new energy from my brother and I. The four-piece with these guys now is just it's almost like an entirely new band. You know, of course, when my brother sings a song and I play guitar to it, it's always going to be Otherwise, but the way that we gel and vibe with Tony and Brian is something that we have not experienced for a very long time. We've always searched for it, not necessarily found it, and now that we have it, this collection of songs is definitely an example of what I'm talking about. So I'm very excited about releasing it to the public and just touring around and letting everybody hear this new page in our lives.
Do you feel like there's more collaboration individually, per guy on this album than compared to most?
Yeah, I would say as a whole, whereas before it was select few guys who did all of the writing. Now it's kind of opened up a little bit more. We give Brian a lot of freedom on his drum parts because he knows what to do. He's a very intelligent player and very diverse, so he can really bring the backbone together. So we let him go free. And Tony has a lot. He's a very, very smart musician, very talented, multi-instrumentalist. And so he has opinions on every aspect of the song, which is something that my brother and I respect about him. So with that aspect too, to the writing process, there's a lot of minds coming into each song and each idea that we play. So there's definitely a major collaboration going on this record.
That's awesome when you got four guys who are on the same page. It makes things flow easier.
Yeah, we like each other.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's such an interesting concept for us.
Now, you guys worked with iconic producer David. I hope I pronounce his last name correct. If I don't, you can tell me. Bottrill.
Yeah, Bottrill. Yeah.
Yeah,
we did Peace at All Costs with David Bottrill. Sleeping Lions is done with another great, awesome producer named Bob Marlette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So working with Bob was a really, really great experience. But were you asking about David or?
Yeah, well, I thought that David had done this album, but I guess that's incorrect then. So, okay.
Yeah. David did Peace at All Costs, our release in 2014, and that was really fun. He came to Las Vegas. We did that record, and we found peace after that record took place. There was a lot of changes. And it brought us to another point in our careers where we had to, look around us and see what was working and what wasn't. And that led us to, thankfully, some great co-writes. And then it came a point once the co-writes were, the songs that we were writing were good enough. The label was happy. Management was happy. We were happy. We were courting certain other producers. And Bob Marlette just worked out. Bob Marlette has worked with Shinedown and Rob Zombie, and his list of great hard-hitting acts goes on. And we got in with him in January, and it was really an exceptional experience working at his house. Very positive. It wasn't rushed. we took our time with things, and one of my favorite experiences working with a producer.
So he just pretty much let you guys do it your own way, then he just stepped in when he needed to, or suggested something when he needed to?
No, he was hands on in the process. You know, he I think that's the knack of being a good producer, is letting an artist blossom when they need to blossom, and letting them do what they need to do to get out the organic sound, but also, you know, come in and work hands on and make the overall vision take place. And we had a lot of discussions before we, you know, really started writing the album with recording the album. When we were writing the album, we had a lot of discussions on, you know, what we wanted to accomplish, and Bob stuck true to that all the way through. So my hat's off to him as a producer on this record.
Are there any songs off Sleeping Lines that stand out more to you than any on it right now, if possible? I know they're like your all's kids, but can you pick one maybe?
Yeah. No, I really like our single right now, Angry Heart. It's the right song for us to come out swinging, and I enjoy a song called Weapons on the record. Mm-hmm. It's really, really a fun song to play. And then there's a song called Bloodline Lullaby, which is about my nephews and family, and it's like their last song. Bloodline Lullaby, a song that made it in the fourth quarter called Won't Stop. That's a great song, one of my favorites. Then there's also one about one of my prior relationships called Dead in the Air, and that's a really great really great song too that I enjoy playing.
Relationships, who needs them?
I know, my goodness.
It's money wasted.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm a lover though, so you know, I always like finding me a beauty and getting in the saddle with her. So
well, sure, can't help it. Sure. How much growth musically have you seen yourself and this band go through since the release, or you know, the writing process and recording process of this new album getting ready to launch, since getting the new members and stuff?
So much. It's been really great. You know, we've already toured. We did a 6-week tour, and you know, my brother and I made some health decisions and choices, you know, as far as what we would indulge in on the road and what we wouldn't, and it just helped. There was so much growth mentally, emotionally, business mindedly. It's been really great. You know, getting the record done, working with a great team. That all offers a chance for growth, and we've been doing well, man. We're at a much better place than we've been in the past.
Do you guys do anything differently during the writing and recording process to help keep your minds open and fresh, and not to get your music stale? You know what I mean? Not to, you know, just to beat yourself over and over and over. Do you guys do anything differently, or no?
Well, that's a good question. I wouldn't say that we do. You know, we just before we even begin the process, we already want to bring something exciting to the table, something we haven't done. So there's that aspect before we even put the music out there to be worked on. So yeah, I guess, you know, we're always so self-critical of ourselves. So, you know, we got to keep it exciting. We got to keep it as good as possible, as better than it's been, and as good as we can bring it. You know, before we even start writing the songs, when we just have the ideas to ourselves. So yeah, I definitely think that kind of is a little different, whereas before it was just like, right, whatever we could do, just put it out. And it's like, no, let's really, you know, before we even come to the table with things, let's make sure they're really good.
What do you hope the fans take away from the new album once they start to listen to it, or just otherwise as music in general?
I just want them to know that, you know, we never give up, and we just always work to get better and bring better music and better ourselves as artists in our craft. And that, you know, we want to just continue to affect the lives of the ones who believe in us positively, you know, and offer them hope through our music. And I think they will hear that. I think they'll have music to go to the gym to, music to relax and hang out. And, you know, the same old otherwise, just but more refined and ready to kick some ass.
I saw you guys at the inaugural Louder Than Life Music Festival in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, 4 years ago, pretty much. Come next month, yeah. For the folks, Ryan, that have not got to see you guys yet at a show live, what can they expect from you guys?
I think that there's an energy on stage now, where there's a synergy on stage now that had definitely gone away. Like relationships just they run their course, and towards the end of them, they're just, you could just sense the negativity. And that's kind of along the lines of what was taking place back around that time. And now it's a new relationship, and it's exciting and it's fun, and there's respect and trust and passion on stage. So you could see that. We trust that. We trust that Brian's going to kick ass on those drums and lead it. We trust that Tony's going to hold down the bass and the harmonies. My guys trust me to know that, I'm going to start the songs off right, and I'm going to bring that fat, otherwise guitar sound. And we trust that my brother's going to command the audience. So it's like we all have respect, and we have fun with our songs, and we're all enjoying what we're doing. I'm grateful that we're there, and we get paid to play our own music. So that's pretty freaking awesome.
We're living in the digital era of recording albums and social media. Do you guys like this era that we're in of getting music out quicker and social media to let fans know what's up right now?
It's funny because it's really it's two different arguments. There's pros and cons to both. I do like it, at times. I wonder what it would have been like, but then it's coulda, shoulda, woulda, what if, we don't really have time for that. So it gets frustrating with some of the markets and the radio station and the formats of being an active rock band. You just don't get to as much people. And, as an artist, one of my goals as dreams is I want to get to as many people as possible and let them have the choice to hear us. So with that being said, it helps to be able to get music out digitally, because then it's available to the entire world at the click of a button. So then we have to get more creative, and it's on us to find ways to get the music out there. So it is good in that way. But then there's other ways. There's other aspects of it's not as good. The radios formats are flipping, and music isn't being played here on MTV or any of the big major VH1 outlets, and album sales are down, and Walmarts aren't picking up the CD. So it's just it's interesting. It's both. But you have to adapt and flow with the times if you want to stay relevant. So I'm excited about the Spotify playlist that we're getting added to, and the iTunes playlist and all those things. So it's all positive stuff. You can't complain if you can't complain about it when you're in the game. It's exciting no matter what.
Support wise, is there a country or region that stands out more or surprises you that you get a lot of support from that area?
We were just looking over the analytics, and though we have not been there, we've noticed that there's a lot of people in Sweden who like our band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, there's a lot of people streaming our music from Sweden. I'm like, how did that even happen? We've never even been there. But, again, I'm not complaining. I'm happy about it.
In your own opinion, what does Otherwise bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now?
It might be out there, but we bring this testament that you never give up. When you never give up and you keep on fighting, you do make the dreams come true. We're a true testament. You can look at our history, and some bands come out with crazy new sounds and crazy new images, and they're like the new hot thing. Wow, crazy! Oh my gosh, they're changing music. And then a year later, they're not. You don't even hear of them, or they break up, or the winnings and the successes blow their egos out of proportion, and they're not a band anymore. Well, with Otherwise, my brother and I, we've stuck through. We're a good testament of what life throws at you. When you believe in something, we've been thrown so many obstacles, and we stand stronger every single time. We dust ourselves off, we get up, and we keep going, because we have a belief deep down inside that this is what we're meant to do. This is what we love to do. So for people, that's just another example of like following your dreams and making it happen, making your dreams and your visions a reality.
Are there any show or moment that stands out more to you than any of possible being part of otherwise that you couldn't believe that you guys were part of or yourself being part of?
We had this Close to the Gods tour start back in June, and we had a song that hadn't even been recorded yet for the record. It had been recorded a certain way, but we played it a different way. We wanted it done a different way. And it was a big show in South Bend, Indiana, and there's a part where we get the whole entire crowd singing the line, "My heart's broken, but it won't stop beating." And this was shortly after Chris Cornell passed away, and we had dedicated the song. And, this is a new song. We'll see how it reacts. Let's see if they sing it back. And, we got kids in the crowd with mohawks and black shirts and pierced faces. When it came time to sing, they were singing the new song that they'd never even heard before. I don't even know if they'd even heard otherwise before. So to be a part of moments like that, when you really connect the music with the audience, that makes everything worth it. It really, really does.
What made you want to become a musician, Ryan? What was that spark for you that said that's what I want to do?
My brother, he wanted to get into music, and I kind of just followed suit. What Big Brother wanted to do, I wanted to do too. And I picked up a guitar and ended up going to a pretty nice high school out here in Las Vegas called the Las Vegas Academy. And I went there mainly because a girl was going there that I liked from middle school, and that they had this guitar program. But then the guitar program, I got into it, and it just took my playing to whole new heights. And I knew, life by music. This is what I want to do. This is all I want to do. So it was kind of a couple of things had taken place to really get me on this path.
Well, did you get the girl? That's the thing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, sure that is. Yeah. Oh man, if you could work with any musician, dead or alive, or any band that's broken up that you'd like to get back together so that way you could work with them, who would it be if possible?
I would love to be able to sit down or have a glass of wine with John Lennon and maybe smoke a doobie with Bob Marley. And to work with those guys, that would be just tremendous.
Yes, sir.
As far as bands, I would love Rage Against the Machine to get back together. That would be phenomenal. I know they have Prophets of Rage, but it's just not the same for me.
Thank you.
But yeah, I would love to work with Bob Marley. That would have been phenomenal. Or talk to John Lennon, and it's going. I think it's going in the direction of those two guys.
Thank you. Finally, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, we got Prophets of Rage, but it's not Rage Against the Machine. So
no, it's definitely not.
We need.
I saw them in concert, and it was fun, but it's not Rage Against the Machine.
You need Zach up there on the helm, man. I mean, he brings that power that band needs. I mean, oh God.
Yeah, truly, man. They were something else.
Oh, you got that right. They were a force to be reckoned with. That is for sure.
Oh, truly, man. Truly.
I know you guys get this a lot, but what's it mean to you, Ryan, when you guys receive an email from a fan or prior to the shows or after the shows? They tell you that otherwise his music has pulled him through a tough time or made him overcome obstacles or it's just made him relax and get away from the everyday bullshit that we go through. What's that mean to you?
That means everything to me, actually, because I've actually stated that in other scenarios when people ask or when I try and contemplate on what the great aspects of this career is, and sometimes the pay is not anywhere where it should be, or being away from family isn't what makes me happy, or sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. But when all those things add up, and then you play a song and someone comes up to you and says, we played this song, my mom wanted to hear this song before she passed away, and it just reminds me of her and such good times and her smile. It's just like, oh my God, we're doing something right. We're sharing something positive, and these songs become timeless in essence. They actually become pieces of timeless energy, and shit, I don't know what else could be better than that in life. Like, sure, being a millionaire would be awesome, and traveling the world and sitting in yachts is cool, but, you know, affecting people by doing the thing that we're good at and the thing that we do enjoy. We really do enjoy performing. So when people really feel our performances and it inspires them, that's what it is all about. That makes it okay that there might not be as much money, or there might not be as much recognition, or we're missing out on our own family and our friends' lives. It makes everything okay, though.
Folks, the new album from Otherwise is coming out September 22nd, Sleeping Lions. I suggest to get out there and pick it up. Ryan, how can folks pick this album up? Tour dates? How can they do that? Stay in touch with you guys.
Yeah, we're on Pledge Music right now, pledgemusic.com/otherwise projects, or you just type in Otherwise and you can pre-order the record right now, and that'd be a great way for people to pick it up. And then the album releases September 22nd. We've got a couple fly dates until then, like every other weekend we're in a different city. And then we're going out on tour with 10 Years in Red in October.
10 Years is a badass band.
Yeah, man, we love those guys.
Before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Sure, man. Cool. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Patrick from the band Otherwise, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Rock and roll, baby.
Everybody stick around. I got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate it.